Today on the channel, we've got a hairy bipedal creature alert with my most wanted Star Wars figure with Wicket and a biker scout from the Return of the Jedi vintage card wave.
The spirit of the warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Star Wars Black Series unboxing and review. And today on the channel, we got the Return of the Jedi vintage card wave with Wicket and a biker scout. But for all your Star Wars needs and a whole lot more, make sure you're hitting up Zavi. Use the link in the description below and use discount code Kyle Peterson to save yourself 10% on all in-stock items. Got to get a deal out there, folks, and that's exactly what I did as I got both of these figures from Zavi this week, and man, I am excited, as Wicket has been my most wanted Star Wars Black Series figure since inception of the Black Series, I would say, as the Ewoks, hairy bipedal creatures, they don't have to all be big like Bigfoot. They can be little like Ewoks, and Ewoks, probably the greatest tribe of hairy bipedal creatures known to mankind, of course, and really, if you think about it and you break down the Star Wars universe, they really did save the galaxy. I think we, a lot of people want to give credit to Han, Chewie, Leia, 3PO, R2-D2, Luke, of course. Not me, though. I give all the credit to a few things. I give it to the Ewoks, and I give it to Admiral Ackbar. Without those two, where would the Star Wars galaxy be? I think we know where it would be. The Empire would be ruling with an iron fist to this day, but nope. The Ewoks came through. They saved the day. So I'm very excited to get Wicket. Give me all the Ewoks. I was of an age, of course, that loved the Ewoks. Older people, yeah, older people. We'll go with that. People older than me, of course, did not like the Ewoks as a whole because they kind of had the Jar Jar Binks effect, I think, for a lot of people. But not a little kid watching Star Wars. We love the Ewoks. I still get goosebumps to this day seeing the Ewoks with their primitive weapons, helping out, fighting, and then there was that Ewok that died. Oh, probably the most tragic scene in all of Star Wars when that Ewok died. And he's trying to get his buddy up, and it doesn't happen. Oh, very sad. And then speaking of Ewoks, when are we going to get the Caravan of Courage figures? When are we going to get Sindel? It's time to get us a whole wave of those. Give me all the Ewok figures. You guys know I'm passionate about my Ewoks, passionate about my hairy bipedal creatures, and that's what we're going to talk about here today. But we're going to do this like we do all the other ones on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. And we're going to go with the appetizer first, and we're going to end it with my boy Wicket. But let's start with the old biker scout. One of the more iconic non-Stormtrooper designs. Out of all the different trooper designs, I think this is number 2 to me. TIE Fighter one's pretty close as well. I do love the all-black attack here. But I love the speeder bikes, love the vehicles as a kid, loved them during the Power of the Force. Who we fooling? Love them now to this day. Very cool, very iconic, but always feels weird to get these on a solo card without the speeder bike with them. Maybe it's just me. It just always feels a little bit strange. But love this packaging. Brings me back to my childhood. Return of the Jedi for a long time. Still, in some days, is my favorite Star Wars movie. Empire and that go back and forth. But a great movie as a kid. And a movie I watched so many times on VHS as a kid. Probably one of the movies I've watched the most. And I'm not a big movie guy, as you guys know, but I've seen it so many times over the years. Very cool carding. Just brings me back to being a little kid shopping at the stores, things like that. On the back, got a little cross-sell there. UPC's warnings, not a whole lot going on. But let's see what it says, if anything, back here. Commemorate the 40th anniversary of Star Wars Return of the Jedi with figures from the Black Series featuring classic designs and packaging. Get the cross-sell on the back. A lot of reuse, and I guess that's great for my wallet and great for your guys' wallet, as a lot of these figures we already had. So even the biker scout, being a troop builder, I was okay picking up another one of these, but the rest I'm passing on. Boba Fett we've had how many times, and the price point just drives people away. Lando Calrissian, an interesting one. We always need more Landos on the shelf. I think we'd all agree. More Landos, the better. And we might have a chance to see 4 different Landos on the shelf. It's going to be rare. I'm looking for it on my figure hunt. Of course, you'll have this one. You'll have the vintage collection in the cape, of course. You'll have the general one in the Black Series. And then the exact same one that's in this wave, you're going to see that one on the old archive card. So very possible you could see the same Lando in the same store on 2 different packaging things. It very well could happen. So it could be one of those times we have a massive celebration in the aisle. We scream. We get on the intercom. We go in there. We'll see what happens. We got Lando back again. Not sure why.
We've been prepping you for this your entire life.
And we got the Endor Han and Princess Leia. We've seen those both on the traditional Black Series, also part of a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive set. So we're burnt out on those. Don't need those. And then Wicket, the shining star of this wave. No doubt in my mind, you'll never change my mind on that. But let's get this Biker Scout out. And one thing about this is a great set for mint on card people. More so than the regular Black Series, I do feel, just because of the iconic packaging on this. See you later. Get out of here. But reuse is the name of the game here at the end of the day. But there he is, the Biker Scout. A little plastic prison. Pull him out right there. And then, of course, you get that little blaster as an accessory. And it is locked in there. Where is my knife? Let me get this out. It's taped in real tight. A very small blaster weapon. Very cool in its own way. Of course, usually you love the big guns. See you later. At least I do. This is a very, very small little black little pistol. Sure, we'll call it a pistol. A futuristic pistol. But very, very small. But I always love the holster down there on the boot. Slide it in very easily. And it makes sense for a speeder biker. He's got to be light on his feet. Got to be moving a very light weapon on his calf there. I think that does work out really good. Got the beautiful, iconic mask. I can't believe with all the helmet collections they've done from Star Wars, with all the full-size helmets you can wear and stuff, I'm kind of surprised they haven't made this helmet yet. Very iconic, at least to me it is. But looking very, very good there. Of course, arm's going to go all the way around. Bicep cut, double jointed elbows. Of course, got pins in them. Hands back, forth, side to side, up and down, hinged. Got the hula hoop at the top. No waist. He can do a little bit of splits, just enough to get on his bike if he needs to. You get the thigh cut. Double jointed knees. You do get a boot cut. Ankles back and forth, side to side. Of course, head back, forth, side to side. Plenty of movement there. Got the nice white armor to him. A little bit of a yellow line on it. Almost kind of looks a little dingy. Same thing at the elbow pads. And definitely down on the boots. You know, he's a speeder biker going through Endor or wherever. He's got muddy boots and things. That makes a lot of sense. It's rainy. It's full of leaves. And that just makes a lot of sense, really, at the end of the day. So, a good-looking one we've seen in the past as well. He's got the pockets in the front. He's got the big kind of pack on the back. A lot of reuse here, and it's pretty much all reuse. Does he fit on a ringside collectible stand? Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10%. What do you know? He fits perfectly on the Mattel stands. And I do have his buddy here. Of course, it is an army builder. And there is some differences here. Not a ton, though. His buddy here that I pulled out, he's got a little bit more dirt on the boots. He's got a little bit darker lines on his chest where it's a little bit lighter here. But really very, very similar. Just very, very minute differences. But it looks good for an army builder because similar but different. That's how they're going to be. They're not going to have perfectly shiny armor on both of them. That does work for me. And two of these guys works out really well. And I'm going to talk about that here in a second. One of the reasons I picked this guy up as well. So more to come on that. But let's turn our attention over to Wicket, the true main event here. Warwick Davis, I believe, played Wicket. So how about that? One of the all-time great little people actors of all time. I think Warwick Davis. I think there's no doubt in anybody's mind there. But looking really, really good. And like I said, very excited for this one. I love the Ewoks, and Wicket was my favorite because, you know, he was the kid Ewok, and I was a kid watching this movie the first time, you know, like 6 years old, 5 years old, whenever I saw it for the first time. Just thought it was absolutely breathtaking. And Wicket stole my heart, never let go like a young Rio at an early age. I just wanted my own Wicket at home. Now, this is like $22, $23. You might have to say, okay, does this feel $23? Obviously, a very small figure, a little bit of accessories. Doesn't feel like you're getting as much bang for your buck, but to me, the love of Wicket compels me. I'd pay $40 for this. Yes, I would. I would. Luckily, I didn't have to, especially since I went to Zavi and saved 10%. But you do get that right there, little glamour shot, looking good. Wicket looking only like a Wicket could look. Just the man. Like I said, give me Sindel, give me all the rest of those crazy aliens, give me the Caravan of Courage, give me Wilford Brimley in the Black Series. When are we going to get that? I love those movies. Some people hate them. Man, I loved them. They're right up there. They're better than some of the prequels. I'll put it that way. Yeah, I'm saying it. I said it right here. I said it. But looking good. Return of the Jedi card, of course. Back of the package going to be identical. Nothing different from the other one we talked about. Same old thing, 2023, of course. But oh boy, the time has come. It's time to get Wicket out of the package. 40th anniversary, Return of the Jedi as well. Can you believe it? I can't. 40 years of Return of the Jedi. Looking good, and there's old Wicket. I might have to get another Wicket to keep on card. We'll see. See you later. Goodbye. Oh, Wicket, plastic prison. He's got a lot of weapons. He's a little guy, but he packs a punch, as we know. He'll club you over the head. He'll eat a candy bar, a space candy bar, of course. I guess he'll shoot a bow and arrow, apparently, by what he's packed with here. Can I get it out? There it goes. There it goes. Man, he's got spears. He's got all kinds of stuff. Hey, who knew he was such a weapon expert? He was the weapon expert of the Ewoks, apparently. And once again, we're taped in here real tight. Pull that out. Maybe. Can I get this little stick, little spear out? There it goes. See you later. Goodbye. Let's break down his accessories first. I guess these are 2 clubs. It looks like a rock maybe taped over onto a stick, and then I don't know what this is. Some club of some kind going on here. Very interesting weapons. And it's interesting he's only got 2 hands and he's got all these accessories with him. So, I don't know. I guess he can share them with his Ewok friends if he needs to. Got the big spear here. Of course, you have to have this with him. He kind of uses it as a cane a little bit. And he also pokes people with it, as we do know. So we do got that. And we got the bow and arrow. And this is what this is for. So you got this goes right in there. I like that it fits in. And you can actually do your own... Look at that. You can do your own little bow and arrow magic here. So that is pretty cool accessory. The little arrow fits right in there, and you can actually make it work. I know as a kid, if kids had this, and maybe some kids will, this will be very easily lost. I think kids will lose this. So this could be a very worthwhile piece in the future. But very good, very prehistoric-like weapons, of course, the Ewoks. And the Ewoks, we always got to remember, they're a dangerous crew. They were going to eat Princess Leia, or not Princess Leia. They were going to eat, what was it, Han? Yeah, Han. They were going to eat Han and Luke and all that. Basically not cannibals, I guess, but they're not opposed to eating fresh meat if they need to. But they do love C-3PO, as we do know. They do worship him, and that makes some sense as well. But now we get down to old Wicket. Oh boy, my boy Wicket, looking good. Of course, the smallest Ewok, as I said, but man, a face with a heart of gold, a face that just brings a smile to my face. And whenever I see it, it just feels like a guy you just want to hug, like a teddy bear you want to hug or something like that. He just has a very welcoming face, very kind and nice. Just Wicket's just a good guy, just a really all-around good guy. I just wish I could get my own Wicket one of these days. We'll see. Maybe my next dog I get, I'm going to name him Wicket. We'll see what happens. If he's got the color scheme, that might be the case. Of course, you got the brown teddy bear look. You got a little bit of the whiter coloring on the face and onto the chest. The back all brown. Of course, he's got his Wicket headdress on. That's how you know it's Wicket. Because a lot of the Ewoks, not to be prejudiced, a lot of them look the same, of course. They got different heights and stuff, but there's some... Okay, is that Logray? I'm not sure exactly. Oh, he put his head on. Okay, that is Logray. There's some of that kind of stuff going on there. Beautiful black eyes on Wicket. That's another thing, that black eyes that pierce into your soul or into your heart. We'll call it into your heart. Got his little teeth showing there. He's got 2 gripping hands, which makes sense. Wicket doesn't really use fists. He doesn't need to. But he could if he needed to, I'm sure. Articulation-wise, arms going to go all the way around. You do got a single jointed elbow, hands back and forth. You got articulation at the waist. He can do those big old Ewok splits if he needs to. Nothing at the knees, but you do get the ankles back and forth, up and down. And then you do get a little bit of head articulation, but it is limited by his little headdress there. But man, he looks good. No peg holes on the bottom, so he's not going to fit on a stand. Shouldn't really need to, though. He's so little. Fits right like that. I bet him and Yoda could have been a heck of a superhero team up. They should have did a comic book arc or maybe a separate movie of Wicket and Yoda just off to the races fighting the good fight together. I would have liked to have seen that as well. But man, oh man, I'm finally happy to have this. If I do a Star Wars top 10 of the year, gotta think he's going to be high on my list just because it's been the one I've wanted the most for the longest amount of time. Just a very, very good looking figure. Of course, we got Pop Low. We got a couple other Ewoks. We need to get all the Ewoks. And like I said, we need the Ewok movies, the Caravan of Courage. We need all that stuff as well. Just happy to have them. We need the Chief Chirpas of the world. We just need all the Ewoks we can get in our Ewok collection. Let's build out that Ewok universe. Give us a HasLab Ewok village. Do it. Do it, Hasbro. It'll fund day one, or probably not fund at all, actually. But I would fund it. I would be here for it. But looks really, really good. And I did talk about the speeder bike guy. Of course, I do have a speeder bike right here. So I did take Pop Low off this. Of course, he came in that San Diego Comic-Con exclusive with the speeder bike. Well, it's great for this guy. He can now have his other speeder bike because I have a speeder bike for the other one. Now I got one for this one as well. So kind of works. I'm going to take him off the bike, put him with his Ewok brethren, and then put these guys back where they kind of do belong. So very, very cool there. But Wicket, very excited after all this time to get him in action figure form. He is hitting stores right now, or like I said, you could head over to Zavi, pick him up if you are so inclined. But what say you guys? Do you agree with me? The Ewoks are the greatest things in sliced bread. Them and Admiral Akbar save the whole universe. I think that's the case. I really do at the end of the day. When you break it down and you crunch the numbers on the calculator, that's kind of how it checks out to me. But you guys let me know in the comments down below your thoughts on these two. And which ones are you picking up? Are you passing on all the rest just like I am? Let me know that too in the comments. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bell as we got videos every single day and then some. Yes, and then some. And we got even more content for you. Bonus content, exclusive content, early access to content, Q&As monthly, you name it, a lot going on over the old Patreon channel, and it is truly your best way to support the channel. Check that out, link in the description below. Don't forget ProWrestlingTees.com, search Kyle Peterson, and then, of course, social media, SirPaul64 on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson. So for a Biker Scout and the great Wicket, I am Kyle. See you guys all real soon.